Oh, baby, baby.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on and I say beautiful, beautiful Saturday night.
Gorgeous.
Just this weather. I mean, it's getting a little.
It's been raining on and off all day.
Has it? We've been in a basement all day, so we
I was
going to
say, when you're stuck in a basement, it's a little tough. But last night, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here. I got Chris McGraw on the ones and the twos. I got the best man, color man in the business, Joe Keneally here. Pat Lynch out on his beautiful date night with his lovely wife, having a good old time. So you just got the three of us today.
I just want to say it's weird hearing you say that, Pat Lynch and his wife.
Yeah. I don't know what else to call it.
I don't know. I don't know why that sounds weird. I think it's just because it's Pat Lynch and Katrina for so long, and Pat Lynch and his girlfriend.
I didn't even we just usually just say Pat and Katrina were out for.
Yeah.
They're out for dinner tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And the boys.
Terrific.
The boys will be boys. So we're here to entertain you for. Oh, am I in Joe's way? Oh yeah.
No.
I think I was a little bit. No, you don't think so?
Just take your shoes off and appease the people.
Scooch here a bit.
I was trying to. So we're not doing the whole lounge thing because like I see a lot of podcasts on YouTube. I check out a lot. I try to see people who are doing like 300-400 views, maybe 1,000 views, what they're doing different than us. And a lot of people literally do this. Table in the middle, 3 guys around the couch. That's it. And then they just talk. I don't know if they just have better conversations or what, but there we go. I think that's a little better.
I don't know. People have fancy dancy recliners in the ones I see.
Dude, I would really, after the wedding, and I get a house, and I set up the podcast, I legitimately want to put a little bit of money into making not like a spot where it's like either 4 recliners or 4 cool chairs, a little bar action, like a little bars to the side, like kind of podcast studio vibe. Instead of I love Pat's basement and I appreciate what he does for us, but sitting at a table, chairs, I mean, it's just not. I mean, it looks like we're doing it's a PT. It honestly looks like we're doing a PTA meeting.
Last week I thought I was having heat stroke.
Oh, dude,
I was like, why am I so sweaty? I'm just sitting here. What is going on? Why am I so hot?
So we were at Lauren's dad last night after. So we'll keep all the way back to the rain. We went out for dinner there, and then we're going out to watch a concert in the park. Chris, the absolute gem that he is, all day was telling me, "Hey, take a poncho. It's gonna rain." And I'm like, Chris, I'm looking at Apple. It says no rain. No rain. We're literally fighting over this.
I had a poncho in my bag.
He gave it to me. And I did not take it because trying to be. I just honestly forgot. I was rushing because Lauren came.
He's an idiot.
And Chris, I kept showing him my phone. He kept showing me his phone. Nothing. I get out there, no rain at all. We have a great dinner. We have a couple drinks. We're going.
Sucker, Chris.
We get out there. It's beautiful out, and I start to see a little storm clouds. I'm like, that's not a big deal. Whatever. Literally, we sit down. We get 15 minutes of the concert. People are starting to leave. I'm like, what these? I literally thought to myself, what? It's not even raining yet. I get it if it starts to rain, you want to go? And they came on, they're like, hey, it's supposed to get really nasty. You guys should go. So we're like, okay. So we pack up our stuff and we start leaving. We get up to the top of the hill. It just downpours. Bucket, stinging rain, fat rain, sideways rain, all the rain you can imagine.
Oh, yep.
Siri's like, how can I fuck with Peter?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell him it ain't going to rain today.
Completely drenched to the bone.
Yeah.
So we go back, and thank God I had a second, because I had work clothes at Lauren's dad's house. I changed. We just hung out. But his house, he's telling me he's like, I keep it at 77. Maybe
77.
Maybe if it gets to 80, maybe it'll, and I'm sweating like I stole something.
Fuck that.
And I think about
Jesus.
I think about Pat last week and how proud he was. He's like, oh yeah, it's no, we just got the windows open. I'm like, this, so just we just don't have the air conditioning on. I'm like, Pat, you make decent money. You don't have kids. You can live in a little bit of comfort. I'm over here. My balls are swamped. I'm not a take a sweater off type of guy. I'm literally sweating so bad. I was so frustrated. I looked like crap last week because I was just too hot.
It was. Yeah.
And he's just like, oh yeah, no, I just don't do the air conditioning. I got the windows upstairs. Hey Pat, what about the guys who have to do a podcast in your basement, sweating their ball, sitting 2 inches short of each other?
The windows are open, guys.
You just go upstairs real quick.
AC,
yeah, no wonder he didn't want to do the podcast the whole time last week because he's sweating. He would have been looking like he was taking a shower.
I'm multitasking. No, you're upstairs sitting in front of the windows.
I mean, it was convenient to come up and have the food ready, but I was also Pat's like, oh, I'm just going to step away for a minute, and then never came back.
No, yeah. Yeah, he was not. Ladies and gentlemen, check out episode 201, where somebody might have told Pat to not cut them off. He might have gotten a little mad. It happens.
Pierre just pissing everybody off again.
That's my job in the world. If I'm not pissing people off, you guys got to check on me.
Listen, we're 200 episodes in. That's, what is that, 4 years basically?
Almost.
You'd think after 4 years he'd pick up.
Some type thing.
Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt.
Nah, you're ignorant.
I feel no sympathy or no empathy for him if he's upset about that. Dude interrupts everything.
Learn, like, and I'm again not trying to shit on him, but just learn how to have a conversation. You say something, I wait to respond. I don't jump in.
Yeah.
I wait to respond.
Yep.
Okay, you had a great time. Okay,
No, you're
I'll
ignorant.
jump in. It's literally, I'm having a conversation. Halfway through, sometimes it doesn't even have to be on topic.
I was just about to say, just a random thought that pops into his head, and he's like, "Hey, you guys heard about X?" And you're like, "What's the relevance? Are you gonna tie that into what we're talking about?" Nope, just wanted to know if you guys heard about X.
I was watching. I love to read. Yeah, I love watching like our old episodes.
Spot on impersonation right there.
And but we're talking. So this is the episode of the brisket summer shandy. I think it's like 193 or 2. And me, you, and Chris are having like a very in-depth conversation. I forget what it was about, but Pat's literally out looking out the way like this, not even trying to have any type of the conversation that we're having. It's just staring out here. I don't like this kind of. Okay, I'll just wait for them to be done, or I'm just not gonna participate. And it's just like, no, bro. Like you're like. I also don't like. Yeah. Hey, we're doing this for fun, but like you're also trying to entertain. Like you gotta understand there's a little bit of like entertaining to it.
A little bit of participation.
That would be great.
Love it.
And that's your daily Pat Lynch crap on moment.
Yeah. He's not here. I get the shit on him. He won't listen to this podcast, so who cares? Okay, I don't know where we were also going. Oh, but so we got soaking wet yesterday. But still had a good time. Figured out we've been playing Uno and this other game that's called Crazy Eights that's like Uno. Mm-hmm. We've been playing that wrong. You're not supposed to take unlimited cards, Joe. You're supposed to, if you say you don't have the color or the number, you're only supposed to take, in Uno, Chris thinks it's 3, but the old rule said 1.
Like I've talked to somebody who does like where they take 3 cards and they move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the Uno rules that I looked up online at the Uno website, you take 1 card. If you can't play it, you just move on. You don't keep taking cards. Yeah.
Yesterday, so we were playing Crazy Eights, which is just Uno with regular deck of cards.
Okay.
And Lauren's dad got down to 1, and I was fending him off. He had a club, or I'm sorry, he had a diamond, and I just kept telling Lauren, don't drop diamonds, and he just kept having to like. And then one time he took half the deck. He was so mad. He was so pissed. But so then I got to 4, and it was all diamonds, and then I had to take half the deck, and then Lauren got down to 2. She had to take half the deck. Mm-hmm. And it took us 40 minutes to play this game. And it's like, this isn't right. So we looked it up this morning and we're like, oh, God, are we dumb? You're supposed to take 5 cards or that's how you play Crazy Eights. But
so why don't you email Pat Lynch at the SMPpodcast@gmail.com and tell him how you play Uno. Sure, we'd love to hear about it.
That would be great. If somebody wanted to comment like, hey, what special rule do you play? Because Uno, I do remember playing that you always just picked up as many cards until you got the next, like that actual card. Mm-hmm. And you just had to shuffle the deck enough so that it was unique. It wasn't. But I do remember always just picking until you got that card.
I also feel like that deck because I have Uno cards somewhere over here on my bookshelf. And I feel like that deck at PBR is like 4 decks combined.
Yeah,
and you just got all these cards.
Oh,
in there.
that makes sense
God.
too. Yep.
So you're never getting a good shuffle.
That's very true. The other thing I also thought was like if you put down a draw 2 and you had a draw 2, it kept
you could chain you could chain it all the way around until somebody didn't have a draw 2. But I
don't think that.
I remember playing that too,
Yeah.
but like I don't know if that's an official rule or not.
Yeah. So if you got any rules that you play with that Uno like make it a little bit more interesting, let us know.
Don't bring them our way. We make up our own rules.
Yes. Yeah. Well, but I mean, comment. Let us know. That'd be kind of cool.
Me and Joe play poker when we're trying to play Uno, and we can't figure out why we're losing.
Yahtzee, different game.
There you go. On topic of old school games and a little bit from childhood, Lauren had a baby shower today. Sarah Jane is having twins in October. And it's crazy. She's a twin, and I believe her dad's a twin. So
wow,
isn't that kind of crazy? But I think twins, when they run in the family, they run in the family.
That's great. That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But so she had the baby shower today, and instead of wasting money on a card, like a card with your gift, they asked people to get their favorite child book, like our childhood book.
That's a really cool idea.
So they could fill up a nursery with some books. And so I bought one, Lauren bought one, and I figured it would be kind of nice to think if you guys have a book from your child, like that was your go-to, or one that you remember that you really loved. Mine was The Giving Tree. And I remember that just always stuck out to me because I felt so bad for that tree because the kid just was, but it's also a good lesson. Like, hey, like,
don't be a Pat Lynch.
Yeah. Lawrence I've never read this book, but it was The Kissing Hand.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I think it was before we were, like, I think it was a little bit after, but it was, it's about like a baby raccoon going to school and being scared to go to school. And the mom was like, give me your hand, I'll kiss your hand. And anytime you feel scared, just put this to your cheek and it's
a cute little thing.
Yeah, it hit me in the feels for a hot second.
Here in the fields.
Hit me in the feels for a hot second.
Yeah.
If you guys have a book,
it took me a second, but I can think of two, and I don't remember the title of either one of them. One of them was a straight up picture book where it's like the thing eats the thing, and then you see, like, I think it starts with like a caterpillar.
Okay. Oh, like,
and
yes,
then the caterpillar gets eaten by a bird, and then the bird gets eaten by the.
I know what you're talking about.
I couldn't remember what it's called.
I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about. I remember this book.
And then the other one, I remember reading a lot when I was really young, probably like kindergarten, preschool, whatever age you start reading. It was like a spooky, scary story book for children. And one of them was like the lady who wraps the scarf around her neck, and as soon as she takes it off, like her head falls off. It was like a series of stories.
I know, yeah. Like
is it the Very Hungry Caterpillar? No, right, Joe? That's what I was thinking. But
maybe I'm combining two. Maybe I'm thinking of the Hungry Caterpillar, and then the other one where like animals get eaten, and you see each thing in the stomach. But I can't remember the name.
Okay.
Of it.
Nice.
Chris, you?
There's two books that I can think of. If you give a mouse a cookie.
I was going to say, I like that one too a lot.
And then the other one was Goodnight Moon. I think it was. It's like a little bunny.
Oh, I remember that.
It's like a bedtime story. It's like good. Like you say goodnight to like the little bunny like says Goodnight Moon, Goodnight House. Good. Like it's like all these things. It's like all like that. That's one of the first books I remember.
I don't remember that
reading and like having been read to me.
Do you think? What do you think of A Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? Is that too much? Is that a kid's like a nighttime book, or is that too? I always like that book too.
I remember the book. I vaguely remember. I think I learned about that book in like second or third grade.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little.
Yeah, that was a little bit older.
But
book.
I think
because that was like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I like that book, but I also didn't learn about that book until like second or third grade.
I really did like that book a lot. I remember. I'll never forget the last page where like the sunrise looked like mashed potatoes with the butter.
Where the grandpa tells him and everything. Yeah,
that's a good one. But no, I thought that was cute, and I like that idea a lot. And I think that, but I mean, so many people are having kids these days.
The book that it's here in a dark room and other scary stories. Is the one I'm thinking of.
Can I see the cover?
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Was that like that's
the bedtime stories Joe would read himself?
It's like a series of small little short stories.
Yeah, but they're like scary stories, right?
Yeah,
And Joe would read those before he goes to bed.
Yeah. Listen, it's the kid book that I can remember.
Joe's like,
okay, no, I love that one.
Yeah.
I remember when we went camping or it's Boy Scouts. That was huge, and there's so many. There's like one about like there's this on the south side of Chicago. There's a cemetery that's supposedly
Yep.
And that's in that book?
Yeah.
And that, that's a good one.
That brings me back, but that was like, little scary stories.
That's awesome. All right, boys, let's get into it. A few things here. So the top 5 of 5, our new favorite segment.
Oh boy!
I give you the 5 things you need to know for the week, not the day, because there's too many.
Yeah, because
this
is this past week stuff. So you're getting a week old.
That's true, but you should so Monday starts a new day. Now you know what happened last week.
Yeah,
and now you're ready for this week.
There you go. This is your daily or weekly.
This is for this week that you're getting. We're at the end of, so you'll start next week with week old news.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Here's the thing. This kind of pissed me off because I know everybody loves that fall, like there are a lot of people who are super excited for football, fall, college football. Let's go. And in my head, I'm like, no, like this summer is amazing. I love walking out in a t-shirt and just pair of shorts. I like sun till 8:00. I hate that the fall is coming, and people are super excited. And a lot of these stores that but the consumer report was pretty good for July. So this is not super accurate, but I feel like stores are having a little bit of difficulty. And one thing that they do is they do those novelty things. They've brought back pumpkin spice. The first pumpkin. So Krispy Kreme already has a pumpkin spice donut. Chris Solid Jewel they got all the Oktoberfest already.
Yep.
Yeah, I was not happy about that.
Starbucks, Dunkin' have already come out what their dates that pumpkin spice is coming out.
When is it? I was hoping
middle August.
I was hoping yesterday or Thursday when I ordered Starbucks that pumpkin spice would be there and it wasn't.
Yeah, I think middle August. I mean, this is the earliest they've ever done it. So August is legitimately the dog days of summer.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure last year about like August 15th, Starbucks had their pumpkin spice out last year.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Already by this time.
That was just the one thing she said on there. It's early. And I guess because the pumpkin spice donut is out at August 1st. That's the earliest any pumpkin spice has been out.
That makes sense.
Dude,
yeah.
How about when we drove past in the morning, the gym? I think I told Joe you this off the podcast, maybe Pat, when we were going down to the concert last week. We drove past that CVS. It's now a Halloween store.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that Halloween store, granted, it may have not been open, but the sign was at least up at the end of July.
Yep.
Like the third week in July, they had a sign up for a Halloween store. And
what do you
think?
What
the hell?
What do they do anything else throughout the year? Because
we were talking about this in the car. We're like, they have to do
something.
We were
like
thinking
other
that they
pop-up.
we thought that maybe like in other parts of like the United States, like here in Chicago, Halloween's a big holiday. So they've got pop-up stores. Maybe they flip it around and do Christmas stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
they're the guys that are popping, throwing up the pop-up 4th of July fireworks like on the side of the road, you know.
There you go.
Yeah, because because
they're only, you only see, but then again, who knows what they own, but
yeah exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But so, and then the funny part of that is I had a pumpkin spice, one of the, like the glass lattes. I'm bitching about it, but then I saw it in the Jewel and I'm like, you might as well, right? Then it was 300 calories and I'm like, I literally ran for 3.5 miles, sprinted for a mile, walked up a hill for 800 calories. And it took one glass of sugar to knock 300 calories.
Take it away. Yeah.
Like, you fat little monkey lover.
I've been like trying to track my food just so I get an idea of like, I'm trying to lose weight, trying to get in shape, but I've been tracking and I'm like, wow, it is the second that I'm like, ooh, this is going to be something tasty. And I punch it in and I see the calories and all this shit. I'm like, motherfucker. Like everything
son of a
is
bitch.
200 to 300 to 400 calories. And it's just a small little thing. Like off the bat, boom, gone.
The amount of sugars and everything is insane. They give Prime a lot of shit for not being very healthy. And the guy's being...
They're getting their
he's being
sued
everywhere.
What? It's so stupid. Did you hear about the Paris Olympics stuff?
Yeah, well, that's kind of stupid on their part for putting the rings.
What they do? I didn't hear about this.
So they endorse like players and stuff, or like they have
Kevin Durant.
they sponsors. Yeah, and one of them is Kevin Durant.
Wait, this is Prime, right?
Prime.
Okay.
Yes. So Prime, and they have Kevin Durant as one of their sponsors or whatever. Kevin Durant goes to the Olympics, and they're like, hey, let's tie in the Olympics. Sales are not looking good. Let's tie in the Olympics. Maybe it'll boost sales. So they put Paris Olympic stuff all over their bottles, drinking, drank by Olympians, this, that, and the other. Olympics come around. They're like, hey there, guy. Those rings that you put on the bottle, those are copyrighted. Can't claim to be, all this stuff with the Olympics. You gotta talk to us. You gotta get in on some licensing. And so now the Olympics are suing Prime as well.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Along with whatever else they're getting sued for.
They've got a lot of health, like they promote healthy, and it's not.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like they have some really nasty chemicals in their drink. On the Olympics, I think Peter may have brought this up. I feel like you may have brought this up on the podcast, but somebody told me about it the other day, and it blew my mind. That Flavor Flav sponsored and put up and sent the U.S. women's water polo team to the Olympics.
Yeah,
that blew my mind.
that. I was blown away by that.
he paid for like their trip, their uniforms, and to get them into a Taylor Swift concert. I was like, wait, what?
I
What also blew my mind.
That Flavor Flav had the money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as you said he was, I'm like, how?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
He also tried to save single-handedly tried to save Red Lobster.
He's trying to save. Yeah, he's trying to save Red Lobster. He's
This
like,
man is a goddamn angel.
He's a
Saint.
hero.
The guy must have made a killing on those stupid dating reality shows on video.
Yeah,
sure.
or
He
he
must
had
have
like a
killed
good
it.
finance guy
Yeah,
to help
okay.
him. And,
Yeah, that's what's
Great,
up.
great segue though. Did you guys hear about the bronze medal controversy?
Oh my god!
I heard a little bit on the radio. I think with you in the car.
How insane is this? So
I would be fucking pissed. I'd be like, who can I kill?
I wouldn't give the
They-
medal back.
they-
Be like,
they-
They gave me the medal.
United States gave and then we'll tie in Flavor Flav with this, but U.S. gave protested a score.
Yeah, so I think the girl's name was Chile. Or
Yeah,
something
like Jordan
that.
Child.
That's what I thought
Yeah.
it was. And they argued or protested or whatever they call it, one of her style points. And the judges said yes. And then Romania challenged the timing of it and said it was 4 seconds late. You have like 30 seconds to do it.
You have like a minute to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so the Olympics are like, yeah, you're right. And then the United States came back and was like, time stamped. This is literally because they videotape everything. Time stamped when they went and did their protest. And the Olympics are like, sorry, we can't do anything because we don't allow evidence to.
After the fact,
Yeah.
it's like how
It's
can
like
you?
you can only like appeal so many times.
Yeah. And it sounds like North Dakota. Like this pissed me off so much. It's like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like
It's
Oh.
ridiculous.
if you can see it, it's like when they talked about with the catch rule. And if common sense says if that's a catch, it's a catch. Like, let's not make this too difficult. You can see it, makes sense. They got it in, time-stamped evidence. Sorry.
That's the whole entire thing. Like you appealed. You had a minute to appeal. You went over there. They said yes. Romania. Does that give them does that extend it to them? And then you got to relay that information to Romania. So there's no way Romania knows within that minute time frame that they've challenged and they can get the evidence. And there's no way that you've taken Romania's evidence and said, okay, yeah, well, Romania's right, and going back to the U.S. and been like, hey, you have time to challenge.
Yeah.
And there's not enough time. You should be like, these rules are just dumb. Exactly. Like you said, like common sense should prevail here. Like, okay, they challenged it. Give enough time for Romania to see if they can come up with anything. And then if they can, you can go back to the U.S. and rebuttal it or something. Like, because I mean, like, yeah.
But Flavor Flav gave Jordan Childs like a clock, like a golden clock. Bronze clock, awesome. So she didn't have to worry about the medal. And then with North Dakota, where I brought that up is North Dakota. So a lot of states, as tax accounts, a lot of states, if you are invested in a partnership, you get a K-1, you get that income from that state, you got to report it. What North Dakota does is they know a lot of individuals are not going to report that income, so they forced a partnership to report that income or pay the taxes on that income. And then they tell the individual if they think they deserve a refund, now they have to file in the state. So this is a huge thing where now a lot of partnerships have to take cash out, pay the taxes for the individuals. But the problem is these states do not recognize these partnership payments ever. So we always have to fight with these states about it. So recently I had one, and I've been talking to a supervisor in the revenue department at North Dakota. And so, and this is a whole, like a lot of information, but like it's a common sense thing. They understand, they can see the income. I showed them the income.
And they're taking the income.
Yes, they're taking the income, and I can show them the tax payment by the partnership. They're saying, okay, we'll accept the income, but you got to fill out this other form to get the withholding. And it's like, but wait, and I literally, I'm like, there's nothing I can do, but I was like, can we just agree how ridiculous this is? You're saying I don't need to do anything to recognize the income, but I got to do 7, 8, 9, 10 steps to get this refund because you guys get to make the rules. Like, how stupid is this? Can we just say common sense? Okay, if I'm going to accept the income, I got to accept the tax payment.
Yeah, like on Illinois. Illinois has some things where you can add money back to your income and subtract money, and they'll disallow all your subtractions from the income. But man, if you have additions that go with that, those subtractions, they're taking the additions for sure. They're not going to question it. Oh, you're going to add money? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we agree with that. No, your subtractions, not a chance.
I get it. It's just common sense would be nice.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Common sense is not common. That's
No.
the issue.
Oh,
especially I feel like I don't know if it's just this time and age, or if I've just realized it more and more as I've gotten older.
I think you're starting to realize it more and more as you get older. That common sense is just not there anymore.
Fucking rug eating morons out there that are just
They're glue. They
showing
eat
up,
glue.
getting paid, and just
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
God,
it's 100%.
collecting a paycheck, and they're like, "Oh, just got to do." Katie, my sister, we hung out with her yesterday, and she's trying to put up a fence around her yard. She lives out in Bensonville, just on the other side of O'Hare. Bensonville is like a township or whatever, so she's got to put through this fence in order to get it approved. And they're like, "Oh, well, all these stupid bullshit rules, like can't have the fence go to the front of the property, it can only go halfway." And then another thing is like, okay, there's a driveway. She has a driveway, disconnected driveway garage, right? The fence cannot turn at a 90-degree angle at the driveway because apparently even though that's your property, it needs to be cleared for a sidewalk. I don't know why. So instead of having a 90-degree like this, her fence has to come in. So her fence goes womp, womp, womp. And so she goes, "Oh, okay, I guess we don't want to." She's talking to her boyfriend. They live together. And she's like, "Oh, we'll just throw down gravel." And the guy who's telling him, no, you can't put gravel. It has to be grass. And she's like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, because then it would be considered a driveway, and then you'd have to take the fence even farther back." It's like, what nonsense? Are you, like, you can't put gravel on your property. You can't have a fence go literally to. It changes. The only thing it changes for anyone is when the person's reversing. I guess they can kind of see at an angle a little bit, but at that point, your car's 3/4 of the way into the sidewalk anyway, so you're not. It's just like it's.
She wants to bring a fence
stupid
all the way up to the
rules.
front of the house, or
Well, that was the plan, but she can't. Yeah.
what, just out of curiosity, did she just people on her lawn, or she kind of like the look of a fence all the way around?
No, she just wanted a fence to go to like the front of the house, and she can't even get it to the front of the house because she's got a corner lot, and where her house comes up, it's a lot like Warwick.
Okay.
So she kind of wanted the fence to go from that alley. It's almost
I
exactly
see. Now I get what you're
from
saying.
the alley
Yep.
to
the front of the house.
the front of the house, and just cap it at the house. But they're like, no, you have to bring it back
Oh yeah.
only up to the back.
That would
of
be
the
super
house.
nice because then you could do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
And then nobody can see what you're doing.
Meanwhile, every other house in her area, like you can see just looking around, 6-foot fences everywhere, fences as long as they want, and and she goes, "Well, everybody else has it," and they go, they must have been grandfathered. It's like it's such,
Grandfathered my ass.
yeah, such nonsense, such nonsense. She's
It's like yeah.
yeah. She was saying he was looking for just
Oh,
an
yeah.
argument and a fight, and they're just like, whatever, okay, yeah, we won't put gravel, we'll just put grass or leave it as grass or something, or it was just so stupid.
That's where you with these stupid state or these county these suburbs and counties, and you almost have to ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah.
Because the city of Chicago was just an absolute pain in the ass.
Yep.
What we got, and like they're like the guy's like, "I knew you put this porch on." It's like you're an idiot. You
Yeah.
have pictures that show the porches on, but I put that on before I bought it. Like,
Yeah.
common sense, you jackass.
Yeah, the two of us put this porch on. Let's go look down the block. You know, you see all these porches on these.
Yeah.
Me
We
and
had
Pierre-
all the free time in the world, baby.
Yeah, you fucking putz.
Jackass. Oh God.
The best part of that argument was like, I grew up in this neighborhood and I know these houses, and you guys had this on. It's like, you nailed it, pal.
We can't fight with him either. He's just like, yeah, you're right. We really probably did. I don't remember it, but you might be right.
I had a buddy.
It must have been I must have been really drunk during that stupid to put this bitch on.
Oh, I was going to say, I had a buddy who had an electrical issue. He wasn't getting his electric, or he was paying his electric.
It's electric.
But it wasn't going to his account because
Oh,
whoever
we had that, Joe.
owned the house previously was listed as the owner. So he's like, I could pay for this guy's electric, but it's not going towards my account. Eventually it got to the point where he was like having this like discussion and trying to follow the logic. And the guy's like, somebody can claim to own your house and set up an account. So he's like, oh, okay. So he's like, where do you live? I want to set up an account for your house. I want to set up an account for your house. And the guy's like, like he trapped him in his own like logical fallacy. And the guy's like, and then eventually the guy was just like, okay, I'm not supposed to do this, but did all this shit on the computer.
It blows my mind because if the guy set up the account for the older had the account and his address is named there, why would it matter? He's paying the electric bill for the place he's living at. Like, who cares who names?
Yeah.
Change the name. It's not. He doesn't own it. I own it. Change the goddamn name now.
Yeah.
And don't turn off my electric. Like, what?
Hey, I'm gonna pay this. So if you just want to put in my name, or just send the bills to the house and I'll still pay it because I need my electric. You jackass.
Yeah.
We had it where it was. We tried because we were trying to split the electrics, and we were trying to do common, but they have to come out and put a meter on.
Oh yeah.
For the love of God, we tried a million times to come out. I swear to God, it took them 2 years to come out, and we had all the records of us trying to contact. So then they tried to hit us with a bill for late, and we're like, we tried. You guys didn't come out here. This is on you. And we worked it where we only had to pay a bit. Like it wasn't as bad, but we put it away because we were on it could have been like $2-3 grand of years of not paying the common electric.
Yeah, that was their fault.
So stupid.
Gotta love it. And that's we're gonna bitch and moan hour.
Nice.
Let's get into the inflation stuff.
Sorry, just to take it back. Did you mention anything on your 5 of 5?
Oh yeah. Oh no, we're there. So the first one was the pumpkin spice. Oh, we're not done. I kind of digging in.
Wow, what a real run around of that.
We got pumpkin spice. We've got the Olympic bronze medal.
Okay.
I got quite a bit still. We're gonna get there.
We got a real circle around there for somehow.
Listen, I'm not gonna stop the podcast to I like.
Where's Matt Lynch at when you need him here?
This is great when we need. It's also kind of like banter. Like, hey, take it where you want to take it a little bit.
Yeah.
So the next one would be with the inflation shenanigans, and it has eased. I personally don't feel like I've seen it. I still think gas is up, groceries are up. I am personally making more decisions not to spend money than to spend money, and I think a lot of people are doing that.
Oh yeah.
But one person who's trying to fight inflation for us all, Chuck E. Cheese.
I love it. Tell me why.
They are doing a subscription model.
Oh, subscription. Yeah, here we go.
So, you can do for you can lock in
for the low price of.
I think it depends. Like there's like different packages.
There's tiers.
Oh, there's
tiers. Yes.
You can get 50% off food.
Oh baby.
Oh wow.
Unlimited gaming.
Yeah, okay.
That's a good one.
So, then there's 25% off food, half off gaming, and then there's like 50% off food and like whatever. And they've started it and they've done it in a few places and it's worked a little bit. So hey,
is there a tier like?
But you have to. I'm sorry, you have to. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But you have to lock into a year.
Okay.
Someone's gonna rig this and start getting all those fucking prizes and just make up the difference in whatever and just tank Chuck E. Cheese.
Is there like a tier where if you don't have a kid you can get in?
I was gonna say I was just thinking that joke, but I'm like I don't know if we could go right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could go and tag team it up. I thought it was just funny. Chuck E. Cheese with a subscription.
Everything's moving to subscriptions.
Oh, dude, it kills me.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you're like, I'm assuming like. If you're in like a small town area and there's like Chuck E. Cheese there,
it would.
I mean and that's like one of like the local
and if you don't got a good pizza place,
The other thing is like if you're like if you really like Chuck E. Cheese or your kids like Chuck E. Cheese, I mean it makes a little sense. But I mean like like the tier like the having subscriptions and whatnot, that's kind of weird. I could see. I don't understand why they wouldn't do more of like a weekday special like Mondays 25% off games. Mm-hmm. Tuesdays 50% off pizzas or something like that. And just kind of like do that instead of subscription. But teach their own.
I saw a funny clip actually today about making fun of subscriptions, and it's this guy and he plays 3 different versions of himself. So it's him, and then there's like different. He pretends to be different businesses, and one of them was the subscription model. And he goes, "Wait, I've got a new idea." He goes, He goes, "We've added subscriptions to a lot of different things," and he goes, "Yeah, he said it started with TV, and then he goes, then we went to, something else, and he goes, eventually we got to food. He goes, didn't think they were going to sign up for that one. He goes, yeah. And then we got underwear. He goes, there's no way I thought that was going to work. And he goes, what's your new one? He goes, cars. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, we'll update the cars. And if you don't subscribe, you don't get your car updated. He's like, I don't know. I don't think this is going to work. And then, of course, like Mercedes, Tesla, all those cars
Tesla's got
are doing like subscription model for updating cars, which is like, that's ludicrous.
Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
I saw one on Instagram today, like from the 70s show, and it was a picture of Eric and Red at a Green Bay game, and it's like, can you imagine Red paying 8 different subscriptions so he can watch his Green Bay Packers? Get the fuck
my
out
God.
of here.
I didn't even think
That was
about
what is it? Fox or ESPN, Fox, and Turner Sports all got sued by Fubo TV, I think it was. They all were creating a streaming service for all like the different types of sports and everything, and they're like, "Nah, you're creating a monopoly. Can't have that."
Yeah.
So they lost in court. Yeah. So
Google
they got
lost
to stay.
in court. They've been told to break up.
Yeah.
Because they are a search engine monopoly for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the 5-on-5. Did you guys hear about the California quake?
No.
They had a 4.6 or 4.5 quake, and it was it's literally like 3 or 4 seconds, and nobody got hurt. There was minimum damage. There was some damage, but then I was watching a little bit, and they showed the fault line, and the fault line is legitimately Los Angeles sits on the fault line.
Oh, absolutely.
Knew that.
What? How? Why? What are we doing? How are we? Okay, we're just waiting to get this entire city. Like they talked about, if this one had like a 7, it just needs to be a 7 or 8. You're talking like hundreds of thousands of lives, like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Billions of dollars of damage. Good. Okay, we're just gonna live here.
They're waiting for the big one where they sent
It's the big one, Elizabeth.
where they sent California out to as an island.
Yeah, just
Jesus.
breaks off and floats
exactly.
into
Talk about Disney. Did you guys see that lawsuit? Their bullshit ass lawsuit.
My God.
Oh, the one that Brian brought up or whatever, where they with the terms and additions or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So his wife was at a restaurant. But okay, so then, and if you actually go read it, it doesn't make Disney look great, but you also get why Disney. But I don't know. Hold on.
There's no way Disney.
No.
Disney does not look good. Period.
So,
in this situation.
so the restaurant. So it's all the lawyers and legal and shenanigans, and Disney's name gets pulled in. And if Disney's was never pulled in on it, they wouldn't have pulled this bullshit ass move. But it is a bullshit move. He signed up for Disney Plus. There's a ton of like, you got to go arbitration if there's ever blah 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 blah. That should have nothing to do with this restaurant. But Disney's trying to use that play because they should have never been. It's a restaurant that is solely owned by a company. They have nothing to do with it. It's just on their property. They pay rent. But the lawyers for the restaurant are trying to drag Disney into this lawsuit because the guy his wife, I think, had an allergic reaction and died.
Yeah,
and he was suing.
Oh, shit.
Very clear gross negligence. The lady asked multiple times,
100%.
like, hey, if I get this, is it going to be prepared around these items that I'm allergic to? No. Checked multiple times. She eats the food, immediately goes into anaphylaxis shock, and dies. I don't think she made it to the hospital.
No, it's really bad. Also, I'm not going to even say that. But do you know how much she was suing for?
I think $50,000.
That's it.
Yeah.
Disney, you dumb motherfuckers.
Oh,
just lost. That publicity stunt for that was worth that negativity was probably millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Pay the $50,000.
Yeah. Get out. Here's your 50. Get out.
Give him 100. Are you kidding me?
The lady who died was a doctor. Like, I was blown away that's all he was asking for. But yeah, the lady was a doctor, died, and he was just asking for 50, and they're like, "You signed up for that Disney Plus, bro."
Yeah,
that's
that
terms and condition. Yeah, here you go. It says
yeah.
you can't sue us. Arbitration, baby.
Fucking nuts.
Insane, absolutely insane.
That is wild.
We talked about this too a little bit, but the Mayo Cologne, mayonnaise cologne.
God,
Joe, you're not a
Levis,
mayonnaise
baby.
guy, right?
How is this a thing? How did
It's sold out. I actually went to look
get
and
the
see
fuck out really?
immediately. It was like it's like the
people
Coors Light.
It's what people like. I'm pretty sure. I looked it up. The Coors Light had the.
Another beer.
I'll take a Coors Light. Coors Light had those lollipops,
Yeah,
and I tried getting them. numerous times.
yeah.
and they sold out, and people are just what people will do is they'll buy it because it's a novelty and they know people want it. The other thing the other thing they had. Miller Lite came out with the Miller Lite drops, where like you could turn any of drink that you had into Miller Lite taste.
Oh,
and
really?
and those sold out immediately. And it's like you could go on the secondary market and find them, but like people were, and what it is people just are going to buy the cologne to sell it on.
That makes sense.
For people that just want to say they have it.
Yeah, I don't imagine it smells good.
It does. It probably doesn't.
I can't.
It's Duke's Mayo, right?
No, I thought it was the Heims.
Hellman's.
I'm sorry, jeez.
Okay, maybe you could be right. Duke's has also got, I think, yellow on it.
Who did they get for it? What player?
Will Levis.
Yeah,
he loves everything mayonnaise. He puts mayonnaise in his coffee, which I thought Peter would kick his ass. Yeah.
Well, it's better than sauerkraut. Check out episode 196. I waited for that. I waited for just that moment.
Man.
No, but it's like fat. People put fat and butter in their coffee. Look at the.
Oh yeah,
here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna pour this beer.
I'm gonna put some schmack mayonnaise in my Coors Light.
So at one of Lauren's cousins, one of Lauren's uncles, his name's Tom. He's a really nice guy, Uncle Tom, and he enjoys a good beer like us. And yesterday, so I brought the torch beer, or the green torch or whatever. From Half Acre. That Coors Light. If you're not gonna sponsor us, I'm gonna start pushing. I'm gonna start pushing this green torch because I love it a lot.
Don't worry, Coors Light. Green Torch will be gone by the end of the.
Thank you, Joe. No, really? You think so? It's a summer beer?
Yeah, there's no way they're putting a lime beer
like
year round.
I'm gonna have to go get myself some. I'm gonna have to stock up then. I think. But then, so we're talking about like beers. I'm like, yo, would you like to try a green torch? He laughed in my face. He's like,
no.
He's like, what is this lime shenanigan? Get the out of here.
You don't fruit the beer, baby.
Get me a blue ribbon.
No, he's a
Modella.
not a Keystone Light. What's the other one?
Hams.
Old style.
Oh, it's the. Chris, I'm thinking
It's not Pabst.
It's a blue can.
Keystone.
Ice Stone.
No, not Ice House.
Ice House.
Oh, who was that?
Uncle Tom. He's an Ice House man.
Oh my god.
And but so then I was like,
Did he have his was he in Vietnam? Did like napalm ruin his taste buds? Jesus Christ.
He so then I told him that, so we were talking about the Coors Light at the wedding, and Lauren's like, well, Uncle Tom, we're only gonna have Coors Light at the wedding, and he's like I got a cooler, and I'm like and she's like, oh, I'm just kidding, we'll have a full bar, they'll be like Miller Lite, and he's like, what's the difference between Miller Lite and Coors Light? And I was like, Uncle Tom, you need to leave. And then
you tell him
her dad was
Ice House. Get off
Yeah.
whatever fucking mountain you are on. All right, step down here with the rest of us peasants like you should be.
That's
How
a bad
dare
hill.
you put that on a pedestal?
That hill, that's not the hill you die on.
her dad's like, do you think you would know the difference? I'm like, Mr. Davis, we've done this, and the boys know. The boys know when they're drinking the good stuff.
Yeah, we're not drinking that monkey piss. You tell Uncle Tom to come
hilarious.
find me, and I'll be like, hey, why don't you put that watered down monkey piss down real quick and drink a real beer.
All right. Oh, this is kind of sad actually.
We'll get Uncle Tom to meet Uncle Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't a 5 of 5, but I saw this and I thought it was interesting. The last Denny's in San Francisco is closed.
They have no more Denny's?
They have no more Denny's in San Francisco.
Do they have Cracker Barrel or Waffle House?
You know why they closed?
IHOP.
No, they couldn't continue to put up with the diamond dashing people.
Oh God.
Dude, San Francisco is.
I was also going to think that maybe they couldn't hold up with like the what is it? The increase in minimum wage, and they don't get. That's kind of crazy.
It literally, like, there's no rules there. I don't know how real this can't be real, but I thought I saw a sign that said, like, on the streets that said, if you just remember to steal under $900, or it's a like you'll go to, like,
it's like a federal crime, you won't, or something like that. Like,
and I saw a sign. I'm like, no, this had to be made up, but like in my head, I'm like, if they're really doing that, California's out of its mind.
I know that. What is it? I saw an article because I don't know if it was this week or last week, where the Supreme Court ruled on homelessness, like you couldn't did that. They ruled that like you could move people off of like public ways. Like you can't block sidewalks. Yep. You can't be in public parks. You can't be up against the highway. So like you can clear like all these people out now.
Wow!
Yeah.
Now California's gonna go to war.
Oh, so they who's it? California passed the law, and somewhere else passed the law. And I can't remember where the other place is now.
I think it's here. I heard Rosemont specifically.
Oh, it was Rosemont was the one. Yes, thank you. Rosemont is like they passed the law there. They don't have a big homeless issue, but like they passed it where like You can't be in the parks. You can't be like the only time you're allowed to like really camp out is like at. They'll still allow you to camp outside for concerts if you want to get there.
If you're
but you have to have a ticket.
Yeah.
It can only be like 4 days in advance, and there can't be any other shows going on. Like they have like all these like crazy rules. And in California, like the governor out there passed the law immediately. Like, yeah, we're getting all these people, all these homeless encampments away from the highways. We're gonna move them, and like all these other places.
Got
Like,
a little backbone there.
yeah,
Huh?
all of them, like all the like townships except for L.A. L.A. decided they're not going to follow the new law, but they're going to try to. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to figure out other ways instead of just like threatening people, like to arrest them or fine them and stuff like where they can't afford it. Like they're trying to figure out other ways of like getting like not just be like, hey, you can't be here, go somewhere else. Like they're trying to figure out a way to get them into like places where like they are not out there.
Yeah. I get it. Well, good. I mean, that's one rule I agree with Supreme Court. We won't get into too many politics, but I saw Kamala Harris's economic plan, and we already kind of talked about it. Not the biggest fan.
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, but that's not what this podcast is about. We're about drinking beers, dancing,
Making fun of time.
Woo! Give me a little Ric Flair now. Stop your feet and give me a Ric Flair. Woo! All right. Some jokes and some teasers, baby. Me and Chris talked about this. We had a couple good ones. I'll start with the first teaser. Let's see if anybody can get it. What only goes up but never goes down?
Inflation.
That's gonna be my guess.
What only goes up and never goes down?
Yes, sir. I'll give you...
Age?
I wish I had something to give you. I swear to God. That was awesome. Great job.
What did he say?
He's so goddamn smart.
Age.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nice.
I'm sorry he's off the market. He got a goddamn gorgeous individual, and he's smart as he can be.
Stick
All
my
right.
asses.
Chris, you want to do your joke?
Yeah. Okay. I need you guys to listen very carefully.
I'm listening.
I need you guys to spell the word candy with only 2 letters.
This is also a riddle?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a teaser.
Okay, you spell candy with only 2 letters. Huh.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
My brain is just not smart.
I'm trying to think of the trick here.
Yeah, me too.
Candy with only 2 letters.
Do.
It's only 2 letters, huh?
Can't give you copyright on that one.
God, Chris, I
I give up.
C and Y.
C-M-Y.
Candy is spelled C. A-N-D-Y.
A-N-D-Y. Yep.
C and Y.
Yep. Nice.
Oh, nice. That's very nice.
Very good.
Okay. There are 3 apples. If you take 2, how many apples do you have?
There are 3 apples. If I take 2, how many apples do I have? 3.
If I take 2, I have 2 apples.
God damn it today, Joseph.
I-
You are a goddamn genius, Gump. If it was in a waste of God-given talent. Woo! Man's off to alcohol for 1 week, and the man's a goddamn genius, Gump.
I can't believe how high functioning I am.
Wow.
It's unreal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, brain teasers hate them. I always overthink them. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, you got 3, 2, 3. We're taking 3.
All right, I'm going to steal Joe's joke, which I also didn't get because I'm an idiot. Let's see here. Let me go back to it. We have a lot of reels together. Joe is my real buddy. So we have to really go back here. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris. Wait, let me. Oh, this is good. I can actually probably play it and you'll hear it.
The anti-vaxxer's child cry.
Wait, let me see if I can do it.
The question is...
The anti-vaxxer's child cry.
Midlife crisis.
So the question was, why did the anti-vaxxer's child cry? And the answer is midlife crisis.
Nice.
So I'm an idiot, and I was like, "What does that mean?" And he's like, "The anti-vax child crying is a midlife crisis, meaning its life is already halfway over because it doesn't get the vaccination to fight off anything." I was thinking that the anti-vax.
Scoreboard.
I was thinking the anti-vax were older couples and their stay-at-home children were having.
All I heard was the end was like, I'm like, what the hell is that? I thought that had to tie into it. I'm like, what the? Like when Joe was reading. Like, what are you guys sending to each other? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Let me get in there, baby. I gotta get an Instagram. What are these boys doing with each other? Oh God. Let me play this real quick too. Just
Yeah, that's a dark joke.
Yeah,
for
that
you.
was a good one.
and I appreciate that. Let me just play this real quick.
I'm gonna get fucking wasted tonight. I'm gonna drink Heinekens and Jaeger bombs all fucking night.
All fucking night.
Classic.
Shouting.
Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs. Jaeger
Jaeger
bombs.
bombs. Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs.
This guy may be one of the most quoted individuals in history.
Not now, Chief. I'm in the fucking zone.
my new fucking haircut.
Oh God. Pat saw that, and Pat heard that
I
at
bet
the
he-
office, and he's like, "What the hell?"
Go ahead, Joe.
I looked at that, and the description at the bottom of the thing is like, hey, check out my most recent videos. I truly can't believe if you pull up that video that the guy who posted that is the same guy who's posting other videos. Like,
Oh, is he still posting?
dude looks like he's homeless in Arkansas. I mean, he's not really. But
Jesus.
like,
Oh God.
But like, he's got no hair on his head. He's got a big gray beard. Like, I saw one video he was shirtless out, like just on his lawn. He's got kids, but I was just like, this can't be the same guy.
That's wild. I mean, he did a second one of that, and then he did a third one.
Yeah.
At
Could
like
be
a
just
club.
that guy posting who
That was
reposted it.
yeah, because those were like that was like early 2000s. You probably watched those originally on like E-Bombs World or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
God, E-Bombs World.
yeah,
Jeez. Oh man, dude, it's been a long time since I've been on that website.
yup. Or stupid videos.
Yep.
Stupid videos.
There's this guy in Instagram who will do things until he smiles, where he'll do like that's like the concept. Like I'm gonna do this. Like I'll do Jaeger bombs until I smile. So he'll just do Jaeger bombs. This dude was like I'm gonna do Jaeger bombs I'm gonna do Jaeger with stuff until I like it. He did Jaeger and like mayonnaise, Jaeger and ranch, like Jaeger, like just like this is gross. Like why would you do this? Yeah, and it's just
Have you ever seen the videos?
Man,
Like
trying to
silliness.
punish himself.
I think Joe Rogan may have mentioned this guy. It was I think it was a podcast Pierre was watching or something, or we were listening to in the car. And it's like this guy, he's like from like Great Britain. He's over here in the United States. Like, I'm gonna go into Popeyes and I'm not gonna leave until I see a black person walk in.
Oh,
and he
I
like
love
fakes
those.
walking
Yeah.
in, he turns around. All right, the video's over. Have a good day.
it's like 30 seconds.
It's like a 30-second video. It's, like, I'm
It's
gonna
great
wait-
for the first like 5 that you watch,
Yeah, it's
and then
so
the
good.
joke runs out real fucking quick.
It gets like the first like 3 or 4. He's like, I'm gonna
go
go.
to Starbucks
I'm gonna go into I'm gonna go into Starbucks
until I see a white woman.
Yeah, and he
Oh
walks,
my God.
and the video's over. Have a good night. He's like, I'm gonna go into Cheesecake Factory or something. I'll wait until the first fat person walks in. And it's like he walks and just turns around, or like he doesn't even get to like turn around. Like
Yeah.
people walk right past him. And the video's over. But Pierre's right. Like you get like through like 5 of them, and you're like, okay, this
Yeah,
trend
you think
is
it's gonna be
course.
great, but
yeah.
no.
I get the theme of the joke.
Yeah, if he were like, if there was like one of them where like he waited for like 20 minutes and then he's like, oh goddamn, Jesus,
Yeah.
that would have been probably good. But like, yeah, like it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So okay, let's in our second favorite segment on this. There's only 2 segments really on this podcast.
Oh no, there's like a bunch, but like a couple of.
Oh,
our
we're
seasons.
coming up, baby.
We got the Joe C. Lack of the century
Oh,
of
shit.
the week.
Coming up here. I'm
And then you got
excited for
Chris's
that.
Tickles Biddies that hopefully will still be around.
When does
I don't know.
football season start?
It starts.
Like when's the
3
first
weeks.
official game? 3 weeks?
It's like a Thursday. I think it's like September 4th.
Is that like
Or is
after
it or
Labor
is
Day?
it Labor Day weekend and then after Labor Day
So it's
weekend?
it's a
No,
Thursday.
yeah,
It's a Thursday after Labor Day Monday.
Yeah, because Max wants to do it.
I think it's like the 4th.
dude, how crazy is that? How crazy did the
They have fantasy
fan
football.
bus stuff? Dude,
Holy-
we only picked would leave because we there was no one in the group that was actually going to leave the group. We just picked that because it was like we wanted to make the emphasis like, hey, we don't want to do this, but it was like in our back
Oh,
of
I
mind-
would have left, but I wouldn't have done what they did. I would have left. I would have done this year, and then I would have been like, "Hey, Max, you got to find somebody for next year."
Let's
I wouldn't
give
have been a
background.
dickhead.
So
Oh yeah, go ahead, Joe.
in our we're all in this big group chat with it's like kind of our sports talk and
Yeah.
fantasy is starting to chime in again, so we're talking about setting that up. Somebody threw out the idea of a 14 team, is that it? Right?
Yeah,
14
14
person
fantasy
league.
football
fantasy
league.
football league.
Because one of the guys had a friend who would like to be in it.
Yep.
We didn't have the 14th, but we had a 13th.
Mhm.
And like Joe was saying, the Max delegate throw it out to a vote. Just because like 14 league versus 12 league, it's a lot different.
Yep.
And so he put it out to a vote, but he gave 3 options: yes, no, and I'll leave the league. And a few of us voted no and we'll leave the league, just with the understanding that it was yes versus no. Like that was it. Like that.
Yeah.
That's how I thought of it. Yes versus no. It wasn't like I just wanted to make the emphasis like, hey, F this.
And it came, there was, I think, maybe 6 or 7 people that voted.
Yeah.
Out of the,
I think there was like
12 or 13.
I think 8 people voted, and there's like 12
Okay.
people in the league.
Yeah.
So Max's thing was, hey, this is a major change to the fantasy league, so you need a majority vote for this to happen.
Yeah.
And they didn't get it.
Yeah,
They did not get the majority vote. They also didn't understand, it seems like, what a majority vote was. Because then they started talking about principles and like, hey, this got more votes, or this got the most votes. Yes got the most votes, but it was like 4 votes to, I don't know, whatever
Yeah,
the
it was
rest
5 to
It was like
3.
5
to 3. Yeah. And so
A majority would be like you need 7.
And Brian had said that he would have voted no. Charlie
I would have voted no.
Yeah, so it would have been 5-5, and then it would have been Max and Charlie, and yeah. But
And
yeah.
so eventually it just devolved into primal, just I'm not doing like this.
And then Joe lit it back up on a Monday or
Well,
Tuesday.
after they said they were leaving, I was like, all right, fuck these guys. Bye. And then that set them off.
And I got way too drunk last Saturday, and I literally at the White Sox game I wrote at least 11 different like, fuck you. Do you understand how ridiculous this is? It's fantasy football with your friends. Like, what are we doing? Delete. And then I texted Pat and Chris, and I'm like, I fucking hate these dudes. Like, what the hell? Blah 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 blah. But I never said anything. I was like, forget it. This isn't my fight. Like. And I'm glad I didn't, because I would have felt bad the next day. But in my head, I'm like, these guys, it's fantasy football, and they take it so freaking seriously. And it's
like life or death.
And I'm like, but then so here, like, I'm glad, like, I'm okay with it. And then they would also talk smack about like, fantasy football is probably 40% luck, 60% skill.
It's probably even less.
Maybe 50-50 luck, 50-50 skill.
I think it's like I think it's like 70% luck, 30% skill. Like you need to know like waiver wire moves and whatnot, and like you need to be able to adjust on the fly. But you need to get so lucky that nobody on your team gets injured.
Hurt. Yep.
You got to get lucky that
and your schedule, and then like you could have a really good week, and then you could just set up against a guy who's having a really good week. It just happens.
Yeah.
So from them to be like, your team's a fake playoff team, it's like, you're an idiot. You just don't like. I don't care that much but you're an idiot. But these guys were, and so I was that was annoying as shit to me. But I also do feel like a little bit like we're done with that. But like now we have Alex back, and I'm just like, I feel like we made a deal with the devil.
His phone number's blocked on my phone, so I don't care.
Like when you were like, oh, dude, I feel bad. I hope he's got some guaranteed contract. And he was like, it's a rookie. And I just want to be like, Joe is participating, buddy. Like, just don't be a dick.
What does that mean? Does he get any money?
Yeah, like you're just an ass.
Possibly ruin his career. Not ruined, but like may have like no.
I also
chance.
heard that he wants like the last place team to wear a wrestling singlet as a punishment.
I was like,
let me be the first to announce that if I finish in last place, I will not be doing any punishments ever. No, I'm an adult.
We're not a punishment league.
No,
yeah,
not at all. And again, can we just have some? I like to banter a little bit. I like a little bit of competition. But when it gets to like, this is your identity. Like, I don't want any part of that. Like, I don't make anything my identity. Like, I don't make golf my identity. I don't make pink or
beer makes drinking and partying on Saturdays.
Drinking a little. That might be a little too much of my identity.
Work hard, play hard.
Exactly. But I don't. I try not to throw it in your face. But minus my Saturday Night Pregame Podcast. All right, let's start with some feel good stories. Let's feel good here. Let's cleanse ourselves. Let's end on a great positive note for the week. First one, this, there's a lot of talk of like, oh, the good times are over, and like the world is, the future is not as bright as it. Dude, we got so many young, smart kids. It's insane. There's they do this competition, and all these young teenagers came up with these insane ideas that, God, if I ever do anything half as good as one of these kids, the winner of this competition came up with a soap that they're going to use to cure skin cancer.
Yeah, I think you talked about this.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Again, our podcast is always ahead of the times, by the way. Mm-hmm. Always ahead of the times. But this kid he got $25,000, and he's got It's insane. And all he wants to do, he doesn't. It's going to cost.
He wants to make I think the last time you talked about this, he wants to make it affordable for people. He doesn't want
because it costs 50 cents to make the soap.
Yeah, he doesn't want he doesn't want to
awesome.
get some pharmaceutical company to get this and charge like $8,000 for this soap.
Because it costs 50 cents. Yeah. And I tried to look into, and I'm sure they're protecting it. I don't get what it, but it just all they said is, and I read like a lot of articles to figure out what he's doing. That's in there.
Wild. That's so crazy.
A simple soap that could help cure and take care of skin cancer.
He's got to release the recipe like the guy for penicillin. Just throw it out there.
Absolutely. And I think they might. I'm sure that once it's proven that it. I'm sure
you don't panic.
Yeah.
You just go out there, throw it out there. Everybody can make it, and it's like it's not worth making. It's not worth their time to make it.
That is incredible.
All right, let's see here. This is kind of cool. And this, I was gonna bring this up. Maybe we could do this on the next podcast. But I've gotten a lot of articles since JD Vance has been talking smack about people who don't want to have kids, and the world is run by childless cat ladies. I've seen a lot of articles.
Oh hell yes!
I've seen a lot of articles about why actually people are having less kids. But
because it's not economically sensible.
This lady doesn't want kids, but donated 41 eggs to help strangers and celebrate. And she celebrates donors' babies' birthdays every year.
They're not.
That's very
none of those eggs are going to Alabama, baby.
No, yeah, that's scary. This is really cool. This is Biden on his way out is trying to help provide funding for cancer research, and then he's also negotiating with pharmaceuticals. Historic negotiation with Big Pharma will lower drug prices and save $1.5 billion for U.S. consumers. But you know where this is really probably coming from? Is
he needs help with Alzheimer's?
No, probably. It's cost too much money too, right? That's good, Chris. Goddamn. Wait. Gotta get this on. Can I get that?
That was really good.
That was good. No, what's his name? Who's the owner? I'm sorry. I can't think of his name. The guy who owns the Mavericks. I feel bad now.
Oh, Mark Cuban.
He's got a.
Even Joe knew that.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. And I had him on a podcast, but he had he was on Jon Stewart, and then he was also with another podcast. He's talking about his pharmaceutical company, where he's only putting 15% on top of any of his, and so he's driving. So
he's been doing that for I think 4 years now.
And I think it's starting to catch on. And I think, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but I think that's why Big Pharma's like, oh, we gotta come out here and try to make face. It's like, nah, I think Mark Cuban's eating lunch.
He invested in like a medical company or like a pharmaceutical company that makes like drugs cheaper for people. Like they're not they make it's affordable drugs for people. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
So that's kind of nice. That's nice to see.
Hey, there's light.
Ooh.
Light in the tunnel.
Yeah. Babies don't come with manuals, but in Oregon they now come with a nurse. So it sounds like you get a little nurse action.
Oh wow, a little help there.
That's always nice. That's one of the reasons they talk about is like childcare is really childcare is outrageous.
Very
man, I'll tell you a story when we get. I'll tell you something about childcare when we get off the podcast.
This startup is using dead leaves to make paper without cutting trees. We could use bamboo. Bamboo regrows insanely quickly. Mm-hmm. Insane. It's stronger. It's better paper.
Wasn't that like the same argument with like?
I have sheets made out of bamboo.
Yeah. Isn't that the same argument with like hemp? Like hemp was like very durable material that you can use. Idiots.
It's crazy. Let's see here.
People are very particular about their paper.
Ooh, this is kind of crazy. Teens invent device that removes microplastics with ultrasound waves, winning $50,000.
Look at that. These teenagers, man, they're saving the world.
That's what I'm saying, dude. One key for U.S. women's gymnastics success is their team support dog that help calm their nerves. Look how we were just chilling with him. Yeah.
That's nice.
I thought it was going to be Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav, baby.
I love them.
Honey added to your yogurt bolsters its bacterial benefits. A classic Greek dessert turned medicine.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Honey's supposed to be, really, really healthy for you.
I'm not going to lie.
Especially from your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like if you can get, or like in your town or something, you can get honey from someone who makes it in your, it's supposed to almost completely get rid of all your allergies because there's something in it that just helps your body process stuff. I
don't think they're
really,
making
really
Chicago
healthy.
honey, Joe.
Yeah, I don't.
The closest thing you're getting is Michigan, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so this I thought this was kind of Kind of cool. Woman gives birth in lobby of Welsh cinema, and the daughter now has the baby who was born now has free movies for life.
Oh, nice. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's a kind gesture. I'm curious how long.
It's probably like these.
movie
You're
will
probably gonna get like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. You're gonna get like these it's like the patio.
It's like the Pickwick or something. Yeah,
the
exactly.
Pickwick patio where
Just
they show
playing, like,
where they show
old
old
movies.
movies, Space Jam from like
Yeah.
what the hell is this?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That'd be
All
fun.
right. Last one here, real quick. 13,000 years ago, these ancient builders carved a calendar into stone to mark destructive occasions.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder what that. Let's see here.
You could kind of fit. You could see
Is that the Doomsday Calendar?
when shit happened. Well,
Uh,
I'm guessing they probably like got a flood or something. They'd mark it on a calendar.
yeah,
stuff like
that's
that.
exactly what it was.
Oh wow.
Kind of crazy.
Kind of record major. That's
It's.
pretty
I mean, yeah. We just don't know a whole lot about the past.
Oh,
we
yeah.
think we do.
We don't know anything about anything.
Nope.
You're just
all a bunch of apes.
the Earth is a blip on the radar of the universe, and we're a blip of a blip of a blip.
That's very true. I mean, if you think about how long humans and you know how long dinosaurs were roamed the world prior to us?
Oh.
I couldn't.
Dude, it's insane. No, I think it's like billions and billions and billions of years prior to humans.
Yeah, but they also evolved and had different speed. Like they had different lineage lines there for that.
Yeah.
Like you're not having like velociraptors weren't like there for a billion years.
You're right.
but, they
was
evolved
like a
from that.
T-Rex
Yes,
and
yeah.
some of the dinosaurs, like a T-Rex wasn't anywhere near a certain other type of
Certain other dinosaurs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, the world. I mean, we're just a little blip, and
Yeah,
to
we're
not
just a tiny-
enjoy
yeah.
all this weird shenanigans, and we're all so hyped up on the election, and it's all these little things that mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah, people just need to treat themselves. You need to tune out and unplug yourself, except from the S&P podcast.
Oh, you should always
stay
listen to us.
tuned into that.
Yes, and then for Laura and Lena, I'm sorry, you're never gonna get that wedgie.
No.
No more comments about wedgies. It's not gonna happen. I apologize.
Beer will bring the feet back out for you if you stop talking about the wedgies.
We're gonna let go of the wedgies. I apologize if we lose you as a fan. You were probably the best fan we've ever had, but we're just not doing wedgies. Okay. And on that note, Chris, get me out of here, baby.
Flavor Flav, you are the man. And if you guys have a chance, go look up Stephen Colbert's call of Ian Happ's home run last night. It was hilarious.
Stephen Colbert?
He was at the Cubs game. He was in the.
Oh,
he did
really?
the seventh inning. Yeah. I
That's
think he may have done
awesome.
the seventh inning stretch, but he was in the broadcast booth and he called the Ian Happ home run. It's pretty hilarious.
That's
So go
awesome.
check it out. Bye.
He also called CNN for not being a real news report.
I saw that.